Hi everybody, I'm back. I promised in my last video that I would do a recording of the top, at the time I said the top 6, but I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 7. These are the top 7 things that I have done as a weight loss surgery patient to be as successful as I am. For anybody who is new here, hi, I'm Dory. I'm 47 years old. I am 5'4" tall. On September 12th of 2016, I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy weight loss surgery in Hartford, Connecticut with Dr. Darren Tischler. My highest weight was 350 pounds. The day of surgery weight was 300.5. And my goal has always been 160 pounds, and I'm 161. Eek! So I am thrilled. But it did not come easy. I am a little over 3 years post-op. I'm just about to reach my goal. I'm actually going to change my goal to be between 150 and 155. If my body wants to get lower through my hard work and dedication, then so be it. But I just felt like coming on because I feel like there are, it took me a long time to really recognize that my journey has been successful. I know it takes us couple years at least for us to even get the image that our body has changed so significantly. And it takes us a long time to really kind of pat ourselves on the back for all the hard work that we've done. This surgery is not something that just happens overnight, and it's not something that remains the same unless you are dedicated and work on it. And so I thought that I would do something that may be helpful to some. Now, I do want to preface this by saying I am not calling anybody out. If this pertains to you and you think I'm talking about you directly, it's not true. Don't let that get in your head. If this video is speaking to you because you need a kick in the pants, then so be it, but I'm not targeting anyone. This video has nothing to do with, Miss Molly is not meal prepping, so Miss Molly is a failure, or, Mr. Smith, regained so much weight and he gave up. And so I'm going to, tell you that you need to change. Everyone needs to change because of their own conviction about changing and their own dedication. No one can make you change no matter what video you watch. But I do want to say that I am going to give out some practical information that has helped me to achieve the success that I have 3 years out. So first I want to say that the first and foremost thing that I believe is the secret to my success is don't buy junk. If you are tempted by chocolate donuts, don't bring chocolate donuts in your home. I don't care if you have a mess of kids who need their chocolate donut. If it's going to cause you to struggle, leave the chocolate donuts at Stop and Shop. If it is not in your home, you cannot eat it. Listen to that again. If the food is not in your home, in your possession, behind closed doors where you can sneak it, don't bring it there. So for me, early on, I still started buying things that caused me to kind of struggle in areas with food addiction that my kids loved. Things that my kids are not overweight. My 5-year-old is teetering, and so we're working her diet through because she's only 5 and she is going to get more active. So some of that is probably just because she's younger. But there's some things my kids eat, or used to eat, I should say, that they no longer eat because I don't allow it in the house because it causes me to binge. They're not things that my kids need. They're things that my kids want. There's a huge difference between a need and a want. And so if my kids want something that is sugary or not that healthy or has a couple of ingredients that are not good for them, and it causes me to want to eat that, which will deter me off my path, I don't buy it. I don't bring it in the house They don't need it. They don't ask for it. It's a very strict policy with that in my home. Um, if there's things that other people give us, or maybe there's a party that we've been invited to, if I feel like I cannot handle myself at that party for what goals I have for my own weight loss, I won't go. I'll send my husband. I'll tell him, I'll wish him well. I'll say, go do it. Have fun. Please don't feel bad that I'm staying home. Please don't think that you're going to pity me and any of that nonsense. I don't need any party. I don't need any alcohol. I don't need any food outside of the little treats or the little occasion that I do indulge in, which we all do. But I have gone as far as not going to parties because it would cause me to struggle. Other times, even though it would cause me to struggle, I knew I was not feeling emotional that day, and I was able to go, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And it didn't have an effect on my weight. Hence Thanksgiving. I lost a pound over Thanksgiving. Just not a holiday where there's food there that is so tempting, other than having a bite or two of something and being satisfied. Number 2, meal prep. Meal prep is huge, guys. I know for me, in my obese days, I just wanted something quick. I would say to myself, oh, I won't eat breakfast today. Later I'll have lunch and I'll only eat when I'm hungry and yada, yada, yada. I'll stop when I'm full, yada, yada, yada. And what ended up happening was I would not eat breakfast, but I would get so hungry that if I was out, I'd go through the drive-thru. Or if I was home, I would just stuff my face with the bad stuff. And I don't know when to stop. Great. I'm so grateful that I have this tool, that my stomach is smaller and I can't just go off the rails with eating. But meal prep for me is a time where I can weigh and measure things and put them in Tupperware containers. I just go into the refrigerator and I take one. Just now it is 10 o'clock. It's about 10:15 in the morning. 10 o'clock, I got hungry. I stopped eating yesterday about 6:30, 7 o'clock. So it's about 15 or so hours into a intermittent fast type thing. And I went into the refrigerator and I had some taco meat that was already prepped, 1 cup in a tiny Tupperware, a square Tupperware. I popped the lid off, put it in for a minute, took it out. I put a couple tablespoons of salsa on top, 1 ounce of mozzarella cheese, stuck it back in for another 30 seconds, stirred it up, and I am full. And that's only 1 cup of food. It's probably about, I'd say 350 calories, if that. I'm now recording this video and I'm not going to drink any water for 30 minutes. And so it's very, very important. I know for me, that is key to my success of not binging. So I always prep. I always have something in the refrigerator. I always do it because I know that if I don't, I'm in big trouble, because I'm just going to mope around and say, oh, what do I have to eat? And oh, what am I going to eat? And yada, yada, yada. No, the meal prep is in there. I do it for my husband. I do it for myself. My husband has not had the surgery, so he has a difficult time shutting himself off, but I can't run my journey and his journey if he's not willing to be dedicated. And my husband went down to 171 when he went to basic training 1 year ago. He left in October 30th of last year. He went through basic training in the low 170s. He was doing great. He went to tech school, which was a free-for-all, like a college campus. And he weighed this morning, he is almost 200 pounds. He's 199.2. And so I tell him his journey has to be his journey. He thinks he's eating great. He thinks that he's choosing the great foods. He does dirty keto. But he thinks he is under this suspicion that he is doing well because he only eats 2 or 3 meals a day. But I will tell you that those meals are huge, huge portion control. He stopped logging. He stopped measuring. He does not log in MyFitnessPal anymore. I'm not, listen, I don't want to be a nagging wife. If he gets over 200 pounds and the Air Force says, see you later because you can't do your PT, then that's a consequence for him. I can't do it all. I can't be a nagging wife. I've tried it. It doesn't work. But your dedication to whatever you're doing for yourself is on you. That's on your plate. Next thing is logging and measuring. So I have logged on MyFitnessPal for over 1,200 days in a row. I started on June 6th of 2016, which was the day that I went for my first seminar. And then, of course, as I said, June and then September, I had my surgery. So I log and I measure everything. Nothing goes into my mouth unless I log it, I measure it, something. I do something with it. I weigh it, I measure it in a cup, I measure it in a spoon, a tablespoon, a teaspoon, I don't care. MCT oil, tablespoon. Sugar erythritol is a tablespoon. Anything that I'm eating gets logged into MyFitnessPal, which you guys can find me. I think it's Dory's VSG Journey on MyFitnessPal, but my email address is Dory, DORI _ Acevedo, ACEVEDO at yahoo.com. And that'll take you, it should be able to take you to my FitnessPal app and you can watch me. I have it open to whoever because I'm not hiding anything. The other thing I do is I weigh myself daily. I know a lot of people say that this messes with your mind, and I agree that it messes with your mind in the beginning because there's so many different stalls. But when you're over 2 years post-op, even a year and a half, weighing yourself every day is not a bad thing unless you allow it to be. Weighing yourself every day helps you not to have regain. Because if, like my surgeon's office has always said, they think it's great I weigh every day, at least once every 5 to 7 days. That should be the max that you go without weighing. This is my opinion. This is what has worked for me. This is what my surgeon's office promotes. And that is because if you weigh once a month, you can pack on a good 10 to 20 pounds in a month if you're not careful. So if you pretend that you weigh 170, but you actually weigh 189, you're living a facade. And when you jump on that scale, it is easier to jump on the scale every week or every day and know that you're up a pound than to wait a month and be up 20. It is so much easier to get yourself on track if you're up 5 pounds, 8 pounds than it is if you're up 20. I'm so sorry. That is going to be key. And I don't care if anybody disagrees. That is what keeps me accountable. That is what people around me, my support groups and everything, they weigh every day. And the ones that don't weigh every day, who were sticklers, I'm not weighing, I don't want to weigh, yuck, 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 whatever. Those are the ones that are in regain right now and can't get the weight off. And they're the ones who will come on and say, I should have weighed earlier, or I should have made changes earlier, or I should have thought that the first 10 pounds I had to lose, I shouldn't have put my blinders on. So I am a daily weigher. I don't care if it's up a pound. I was 161 yesterday. I'm 162 today. Up a pound. No big deal. Period. The end. Am I a little disappointed I'm not 160 at my goal? Sure. Is it deterring me? No. It's 1 pound, 1 measly pound. I've been up, just in July, or maybe it was August, I was up to 180 because I was just eating a free-for-all. I was binging and eating and yada, yada, yada. And my meal prep went by the wayside for even 4 days. And now I'm 162. Not a big deal. 161 yesterday, 162 today. Maybe tomorrow I'll drink extra water today and I'll be 160 tomorrow. Who knows? Who cares? But that is huge for me. The other thing that for me, I will never stop doing, I will never stop making YouTube videos or Instagram posts. Never. I'm going to tell you that there are a amazing amount of people that were in the community a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 6 months ago, 2 months ago, a week ago, that have said, I'm not making weight loss surgery videos no more. I don't want to. I have nothing to say. Listen, if you guys don't come here and watch, it's okay. It's okay. But it keeps me accountable because I know maybe somebody is going to watch. Maybe somebody's going to comment. Somebody's going to ask, where's Dory after a week? Hey, I have people commenting. I was actually uploading a video and a really sweet lady commented, I love her. I watch her journey. She's been very successful. And she commented saying, hey, I was just coming to check. I missed you. It's been a week since I saw a video. And so it was funny. Ironically, I was uploading a video at the time she made the comment. But I try to do weekly. Now I try to do more. I try to entertain people. I try to be here, but I'm going to be present. I don't care if I'm on here as an elderly woman and I'm like, hi, I'm Dory. I'm 96. and I've lost 200 pounds. I'm going to do it because the moment that you decide that no one wants to hear from you is the moment that in your mind you've put your journey on the back burner and it's not important to you as it used to be. There are an exception to that rule, but there are not many. There are absolutely not many. The day that you say, I'm not doing videos, I'm not doing Instagram anymore, I could care less, nobody wants to hear from me, what you're really saying is that you're not worth it, that you're not worth enough, and that your journey, you don't care if it ends tomorrow, that your journey is ending, and it's just not important. I'm going to tell you that it is very important. It is very important that you come here, that you show up, and that you do the work. I'll never stop making videos, Instagram, post stories. I'll never stop doing it. What else? Support groups. Support groups are huge. Your surgeon's office probably, unless you went to Mexico or somewhere, which I'm totally not against. I think they're amazing. You have a support group. And if you don't, because you've went to Mexico or another country, or your surgeon's office for whatever reason doesn't have it, or you've moved out of state or out of the country or whatever, there is one in your area. You have to look on Facebook and find support groups. Look at the local hospital for support groups. They don't care that you jump in, that you didn't have your surgery there to come to a support group. You are going to find like-minded people who are doing the same exact thing as you are doing, and you get to lean on them. Now, do they do it all right? No. There's some people that I meet when I go to my support group. I've never met them before, but there's some that think that a pouch reset is a thing. There is no such thing as a pouch reset. I hate to burst your bubble. You can go on all liquids for a couple of days, which will only shrink your liver down. It does nothing to make your pouch smaller, as if you just came out of surgery. That is probably my pet peeve. If I'm sharing anything today, I'll share one pet peeve. There is no pouch reset. Please don't use that terminology. It makes my skin crawl. There is no way ever, ever, ever that you can make your pouch get to the day of surgery if you've stretched it out. The second thing I will say is that it definitely takes more than just 1, 2, 3, 10 times overeating to stretch out your pouch. You have to do it consecutively for like a year before you're going to really, truly, truly do your pouch. But if you go on liquids or go on the pre-op liquid diet to shrink your liver back down, you will feel so much better if you've gone off track. So that's my spiel on there. That was a bonus. You're welcome. And the last thing that I want to share that I do, or I don't do, I should say, is I don't subscribe to a certain diet or food lifestyle. I've tried them all and I do them all. So I do keto. There are times I am so keto, it is not even funny. There are times I'm doing paleo. There are times I'm doing Weight Watchers. There are times I'm just eating until I'm satisfied. There are times I'm just mindfully eating and breathing. There are times I'm intermittent fasting. There are times I am extended fasting. There are times I am drinking just liquids. There are times that you will find for your own body and your own journey that works for you. What has worked for me, I'm going to give you a quick thing of what has worked perfectly for my body. I do keto for probably about 3 weeks to a month. Then I stop and I do a couple of days of something else. I'll get maybe a higher amount of carbs, usually from vegetables or beans, nuts, things of that nature. And then I hop right back on. But I don't focus. So when I say I'm keto, I'm going to tell you I don't focus on high fats. I eat the fats, but I eat them such a small amount that they're not adding up so quick. I'm not throwing butter in my coffee. I'm not throwing coconut oil in my coffee just to get that fat. I'm not doing it. The other thing I don't do is I don't put my protein way out of whack. It's not good for us. I know in the beginning it is, but at this point, high protein is not good. Anything over like 75 grams of protein, don't even bother. Women, I'm going to tell you, women, unless you are bodybuilding, women do not need more than 28 grams per meal at one time, unless you're bodybuilding. And then maybe you need 34. That's it. That's what you need. So this, I'm going to get 100 grams in one meal sitting. Don't do it. Don't do it. Also, I drink water, and I don't drink after I eat for 30 minutes, and I drink 100 ounces of water a day. Those are the things that help me. I intermittent fast almost every day, but if I only do 13 hours or 14 hours, I'm happy. Today I did 15, yesterday I did 15, the day before I did 15. Sometimes I do 18. It all depends when I'm satisfied the night before when I stop eating. So guys, those are the things that have helped me. I really, truly hope that they help at least one person. If you need any more information, if you want to know the different meal prep things or different foods that I'm eating like consistently, just ask down below. I'll make a video of it. And as always, guys, I love you and I love this community. And thank you so much for your continued support.